Hello, so welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. I've been really sporadic. I had such high hopes for the month of April in terms of videos that I would be putting out, but senior project hit and I was like, trying to finish it hit, and I was like, all right, cool. I guess we'll put these on the back burner. But yeah, if you watched my first TBR jar, which is my April TBR jar picks, you know what this is, but for those who don't, I have this jar right here, which is full of all the books that I currently own and have with me at school, but have not read. And each color is a specific category or genre, and I ran out of some construction paper, so some of them might be a little off, and I will go over that in a second. But this is just to help me get through some of those, books that I have that I don't remember, I keep forgetting, I keep pushing off to the side, and I add them to my overall monthly TBR, which will come out in a few days once I record it. And so if you watched last month's video, you know that I picked 4 books out of my TBR jar. I picked The Secret Place by Tana French, which I can tell you right now on April 30th at whatever time it is, I did not read. Just that didn't happen. So that went back in the jar. I also picked Want by Cindy Pon, and I did not get to it, which really sucks. Or wait, no, I'm lying. I have gotten to it. I am about a third of the way through, so I didn't complete it, but I will be completing it during the month of May. I also picked, so handy since they're all right here, I also picked The School of Good and Evil by Soman Chinami. Yeah, also currently reading this, and I am also a third of the way through, so I'll be finishing that in the month of May as well. And then I also picked the book Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Page, and I also did not finish that, and I need to put the paper back in the jar. So that sucks, the first TBR jar was low-key a fail because I didn't finish any of the books in the month. My goal is, if I pick 4, then it's to read 2 or 3 of the books, and if I only pick 3 books, then my goal is to read 2 out of the 3 books I finished none of them. I'm currently reading 2 out of the 4. We're just going to go ahead and pick the books for some of the books for May. I already have about 5 books on my May TBR, which you will find out what those are in my May TBR video. I'm talking faster than I can think. You'll figure out what those 5 books are in my May TBR, but I'm going to pick 3 books right now to add to that. And so I'm going to go over what the genres are. So purple is graphic novels and comic books. Pink is romance, contemporary, and new adult. Orange is nonfiction and poetry. White is thriller, mystery, and fiction. Green is young adult and middle grade. And then red is fantasy and sci-fi. I will say I ran out of green construction paper, I think it was, at some point. So there are some young adult and middle grade books in there where it's just written on white paper, and I just colored the outside of it green. But yeah, so let us do this. Alright, book number 1. I'm going to pick the book, and since I'm sitting at my desk and I'm doing this vlog style as opposed to in front of my camera, I will pick the book, and then I'll go get it, and then I'll pick the second book, go get it, third book, go get it. So yeah, first book. Oh, okay, that was, I kind of want to pick one at the bottom, but whatever. Alright, so this is, Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, which is funny because I was actually looking at this the other day. I will go get it. Alright, so here we are, Shadow and Bone. I love this cover. I've had this book for a couple months. I keep looking at it and thinking about it and then just not picking it up. So what it says is, orphaned and expendable, Alina Starkov is a soldier who knows she may not survive her first trek across the Shadowfold, a swath of unnatural darkness crawling with monsters. But when her regiment is attacked, Alina unleashes dormant magic not even she knew she possessed. Now Alina will enter a lavish world of royalty and intrigue as she trains with the Grisha, her country's magical military elite, and falls under the spell of their notorious leader, the Darkling. He believes Alina can summon a force capable of destroying the Shadowfold and reuniting their war-ravaged country, but only if she can master her untamed gift. As the threat to the kingdom mounts and Alina unlocks the secrets of her past, she will make a dangerous discovery that could threaten all she loves and the very future of a nation. I will say, one, this is an interesting concept, but I remember that when there's a mug sitting here. I remember when I picked it up because it reminds me kind of a little bit of The Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, and solely because there's like this girl who just happens to be someplace and then she unlocks dormant abilities that she didn't know she had, which is essentially how the Red Queen series starts, where you have the main character who is red-blooded, and they're not supposed to have secret abilities. They're not supposed to have abilities, but the main character is red-blooded and has secret abilities, and then she's like thrust into the world of royalty. And so this just description, that basis of the description reminded me of The Red Queen, which is why I picked this book up. So yeah, okay, the light's being annoying, but yeah, this is the book. All right, so second book. Okay, one fell. So one fell, and it's a pink, and one's a red. So I'm gonna do that thing I did last month, where we're just gonna pick 4 books. All right, so this is, The Undomestic Goddess by Sophie Kinsella. I'm excited about that. And then the other one that I picked is a red, which means it's a fan. Nightshade by Andrema Kremer. Let me go get those books. So I'm glad that these are books I'm excited about. So right here we have The Undomestic Goddess by Sophia Kinsella. This is essentially about a woman who's this high-powered lawyer. She apparently does something that could jeopardize her partnership in the law firm she works in, and so she freaks out, gets on a bus, ends up at this mansion, knocks on the door to ask for directions, and they actually think that she's interviewing to be their maid, and she doesn't tell them otherwise, and so she ends up being their maid, even though she has no idea what she's doing or anything like that. And then this one, if you saw my spring break reading vlog, you know that this is a book I've had since high school, and I read it in high school, and I'm going to actually try and read it again. And so I'm super excited to get into this and relive high school nostalgia and just see why I liked this book, because I do actually remember really liking it. I know I said I was only going to pick 3 books, but then I picked 2 books at once, and I don't think that's fair. So to keep it fair, I'm going to pick another one. Okay. See, this has happened before. I picked 3 fantasy, and here we are picking 3 fantasy again. It's like defeating the purpose. All right, so let's pick again. Let's see what happens if I pick again. And I know it's because my favorite genre is fantasy and sci-fi, but mostly fantasy. And so I buy and therefore have an abundance of fantasy books. And so the ratio is off. So we have a green, which is either a middle school or a middle grade book. Ooh, Dumpling by Julie Murphy. I like this choice. Let me go get it. All right, here we are. So, little scratch we got there. This is basically a book about a girl who is plus size. She's always been comfortable in her weight, and her mom actually gave her the name Dumpling because of her weight, and her mom used to be a beauty pageant queen, and what's her name? Yeah, Willow Dean is the girl's name, Will for short. She decides that she's going to join a beauty pageant and win without changing anything about herself. And so I think it's a really good concept, and I hope that it talks about, body positivity and just deals with that entire topic in in a nice, tasteful way, and it's done right. So I'm excited about this. I was excited about it when I heard about it and decided to buy it, and so I'm excited about the 4 books that are, let me see if I can get these all in this frame, that are going to be added to my May TBR, which is going to make it a list of 9. And yeah, that's basically it. I like the fact that 3 of these books are new, meaning I've never read them before. And we have a nice mix. We have a adult contemporary, a young adult contemporary, and then 2 fantasies, and I believe this one is more of an urban fantasy because it takes place like in a city. So I think it's a good mix. I'm excited. I will be releasing my full May TBR at some point after I record it. And yeah, make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below, what are you trying to read during the month of May? Do you have a TBR jar that you picked from for this upcoming month? Share with all your friends, and make sure you are subscribed to the family, and also hit the notification bell so you are notified every time I release a new video. Check out all my social media, which is linked down below, as well as my blog, casualanxiety.com. Fun fact about the blog is that yes, I've been absent for a while on casual anxiety, but I am wrapping up my senior project research paper, which is, you know, fun and things like that. But I love it so much that I've decided that I will be releasing it in parts on my blog as a series of articles after I graduate mid-May. So look out for that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.